Hello, welcome to Successful Trading for another episode of the Stock Market Technical Analysis Daily for on Christmas Eve. I just had to do this video today, especially for the option traders beginners. And the title for it, really, I'm not trying to be coy on here or to be funny. We're gonna name this midday drama on Alibaba almost spoiled a perfect China trifecta. Midday Wahala on Alibaba almost spoiled a perfect China trifecta. Why am I referring to today as a perfect China trifecta? If you were with us in pre-market analysis, you followed us that hey, yesterday we gave our traders 3 lotto trade. This is something that we do the day prior to expiration. Since today was Thursday, we give that on Wednesday for expiration. We do not do it. We look at really high probability setup, right? So those high probability setup, just as a reminder very quickly on here, were what? December 24th, so 86 calls on JD. These paid actually. They paid quite nicely. They went all the way to $1. The target 177.5 days. This didn't pan out at all. It head fakes us. And then this my favorite, the straddle on here, which is a setup that really is unique in the sense that it can make money in both directions. Can we quickly show that? Let me quickly show that on here by just bringing, let's say, IQ. The calls, they closed well. That one was easy. At the close, the 17 calls, they went almost to $46. 46 cents from 12 cents entry. And then the puts, very early, they went as high as over 40 as well. So really, potentially, you could have maximized your return on here 24 cents because there were 12 cents each on each direction. So, yeah, that's what we put here, 12 cents if I recall. So 24 cents entry that you could have turned into 84 something. So that's the type of trade that we do on here. 86 all they did well, but I want to focus on what went on Baba because I had to I talk with a lot of traders, rightfully so, especially beginner traders who felt really hard on by what the market maker were doing. Unfortunately, this is something that we have seen on Baba in the past. So if you haven't seen it, this video, the aim of this video is to help you as a trader and not discourage you because this tends to happen. What tends to happen here today is the scenario that some traders, they find themselves today. Baba stock gap minus 10% if you were in pre-market with us, or even more than that. So it's open at 228 something, thereabout. So this put option that we're paying, look at the payout on some of these options, folks. You're not blinking, yeah? Like the 237.5 because the stock previous day close was 256 or thereabout. This is 11,000%. Yes, you're reading this properly. My columns on here, there's no effort. So for us, we started the day in pre-market. Of course, a stock is down 10%. We are going to gangster trade it. No two ways about it. No bones about it, right? But what happened is actually this column on here. That's for me, I've been trying to stay away from all of the Greek stuff because it doesn't matter normally if, let's say, we are trading a trend in option trading. But really, I felt that today it was one of the hardest trades that an option trader beginner could have faced, because while the stock was going down, well, actually it was going down, but it was pretty much just flat. We're going to look at the chart of the option. Market maker were having a field day manipulating the implied volatility. What I mean by that is that if you do not, let's hide this constellation, meaning that these were, we started at, let's say 230, they're about 220 something 8 that we started there. So these implied volatility were varying literally as volume was coming in. Look at the volume, folks, on some of this trade. Yeah. So let's say the 230 call, there's more volume than open interest. That suffices to tell us pretty much what took place today on Alibaba. And I'm going to show you the specific option that's for us we traded because I want to show that, hey, it was still possible to make money on here. So there are takeaways out of this. So most of the traders that I spoke with this afternoon, the trade, literally even trading the gangster, within minutes, they were losing money. They were losing money in both directions, the puts and the call, depending on the entry. So because of this switch that was happening here, the implied volatility, look, the implied volatility for this, for instance, is above, the implied volatility change is above 100%. That's unusual, folks. You really do not get that. And obviously, the cheaper option one, what do the market makers they do? They reduce implied volatility on this as the price is going down or is trending down. So how could have somebody potentially made money on this trade today? Let's go to the chart of the stock, and then, as you know, we're gonna go side by side, showing the chart of the stock as well as a specific strike price that we were trading today. So here's the chart of the stock. I put it on 5 minutes because at least it shows some type of a trend. The trend here is bearish, yeah, from the get-go. Below VWAP, posting lower lows, but doing it at a very small pace. On top of what really exacerbated the manipulation today is that we have half a day trading. So meaning market makers, they knew that, hey, at 1 p.m. Eastern, the game was over. So they took time on here. So if I go side by side for us, we were trading, the 220 was what's eventually, and I'm going to show you the list of the trade that I took. I was actually quite active on it. What made me take even risk that usually I do not take on it? Level 2 of Weibo. And I shared that with our traders. I shared that at some point with our traders that, hey, every single level, let me show you what I shared with the traders. Every single level today, so I think, what time was it here? Was bearish, meaning there were more sellers than buyers. Here we go. So 7:28 Pacific time. This is 10:28 Eastern. Yeah. So the chart is bearish. So meaning the takeaway here is you're an option trader beginner, and you're trading against a trade. The trend is your friend. Yes, there are going to be unique instances like today on Baba where market makers are manipulating the implied volatility, and which will lead to a situation that, hey, the price is $3 lower, but your options actually are losing money. On your put options are losing money. Fact, that did happen today. Yes, that did happen. So this chart on here, looking at it, I'm staying in the trade. We have to stay in this trade. Yes, I know that's difficult to reconcile, but the other thing on here, we're not at 11 Eastern yet. You know that we have that trading clock. We're not at 11 Eastern. This is posting lower lows. So yes, from a standpoint of looking at your accounts, which sometimes somebody actually gave me a tip when they saying when you are trading, it's not a good thing really to be looking, maybe not the position. I mean, you need to be aware of the position, but maybe look at the value of that account. Obviously, your current position you're going to see. I understand this trade is difficult. I'm really just trying to provide some type of encouragement on here that there is money to be made in the stock market. We have seen a lot of this week. JD has been doing some shenanigans yesterday as well. The previous day I spoke with a trader who was trading QoS. The same thing happened, and I think Lemonade was another stock. But the common trade that we have on them, the implied volatility in the 150%, as we just showed you that implied volatility. So here was the chart of let's see. Hopefully I'm not losing my screen here. So this is the chart of the stock at the time when we shared it. And for us, we want to bring you the option chart. Yeah, we have that option chart here. This is that option chart. Let me put them side by side so that we can make some comparison as we usually do, as I'm late for my one-on-one coaching. Let me just, sorry, I apologize. Let me just alert a trader on here of the one-on-one coaching as I'm running late on here. So, sorry about that. This is what happened live. Okay, sorry about that, but I have to make this video today. So this here on a 5-minute interval, the right hand side is the chart of the stock, the 5-minute interval as well. Notice how at 9:50, it wasn't before 9:50 that these 220 puts, they are, how much are they worth at this time on here? 9:50 Eastern time. The open at $1.20. They are low of 0.94. They went as high as 124. So the white line is the VWAP, and after it above VWAP, now it's going to continue. Where's 950 here? That 950 is going to be 650 on this chart, on the chart of the stock, because that's on TradingView, right? So this move here finally coincide with this one. Look at the time. 10 here on the left hand side is 7 on the right hand side. So this candle it's where finally it goes. But even then, it took about an hour or so. Well, how do I know this, folks? I'm trading this is actually, let me bring the trade on the timestamp on here that I had on Alibaba. So here's my entry, 14 minutes in, and look at the risk of where is it? Yeah. So I'm buying this contract, the 220 at 168, $1.68. That's yeah, I paid 35 cents because I have a special deal with them. I've been trading for the longest of time. And then folks, I was even off because of the time that's associated with this. I saw this. This is a trade that I put in that I was selling at that price level no matter what. Because for me, I thought that it would be bouncing at 220. But then when the trend continued, folks, I wasn't timid. So here wasn't even 100%, right? So this is me selling it here. So sold, buying here at 168 and selling at 310 thereabout. If you add the fee on top. But then the trend is continuing, folks. So now for me, I'm interested in cheaper things. Look, I'm taking 205. This is 205 that I'm taking in the matter of this 25-minute interval. And eventually we get to sell them. I color coded them here, 73. So 20% on not 20, 100% on one of them. So from 30 to 73 over 100%. But look at this one, 207, when it really accelerated finally. And the candle that did it was this candles on here starting at 11 Eastern. So for 15 minutes, it put in a low. But this is patience was the only thing really to help us on there. And we have talked about that in terms of, hey, if the trend it's bearish, we stay on this trade. The trend here was bearish on here for us because it never tried to go above the closest resistance, which is the exponential moving average 15. So really, I wanted to do this video to encourage traders. And Baba, it's pretty much, you have seen, we have other videos of Baba. When Baba make this explosive move, that I big gain. So for us today to close on here, yeah, look how much money actually I left on the table, folks. Look, it went all the way to $9.12. And trust me, because I had an exchange with a trader. Yes, you could have still you could have closed your contract here, no problem about it. There was plenty of volume. We definitely see that. How do we know? We just show you that I was trading the 205. The 205 that we bought at the 205 put that we bought at 10:52 Eastern. We sold them at 11:19 Eastern. So they went from, this is it here again. Sorry about that. I was speaking on the other screen. So the 205, here are some no, actually 210 rather. Sorry. 210 here at 35 cents. Nope, this is at 205. So 205 bought $13, folks, turning them into 52 on here or 78. So you say that was possible. They definitely. So yeah, in terms of ability to close your position, you would have closed your position. It was just a lot of manipulation in the stock going down and the market maker playing with the implied volatility such that it didn't make such for them not to pay, because there was a lot of people with stock down 10%. So two key lessons on here. Do not be afraid when a stock has moved in pre-market. The more actually moved in pre-market, the more opportunity it is for us to take against stock. And when the trend, a specific trend starts, let's try to be patient. The other thing that we could have done on here, which you saw on the trade, because I was buying certain things late, right? So the 200 that we bought, even here, they appreciated as well. So you are patient and you can scale in. So you can close your position. Let's say you were stopped, because some people were stopped definitely with even, let's say, stop loss of 50%. That was possible during these sideways here, especially here in the first hour or so, because it took it a good hour to start moving. Okay, folks, hopefully you got something out of this. We will definitely come back to this on Monday, and we want to, in my coaching session, I'm going to make sure that I encourage traders and point them to specific things on how to manage a difficult trade like this one. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Have a great afternoon wherever you're watching from. Bye-bye.